At which point did you start to sort of understand that you had a passion for food or you wanted to be in the kitchen?
Well, I believe this moment came just suddenly. I was really worried what I was planning to do with my life. One day, suddenly I was watching Iron Chef. I told my mom, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to prepare anything, but I'm really interested in what these people are doing in TV.
Is it a common sort of career being a cook or a chef in Mexico?
I believe 15 years ago it wasn't like that, but now it's getting really, really serious being a chef.
So it's competitive now.
There's a lot of chefs, they're doing great stuff.
What advice would you give to any young chef that is coming into the industry? Hello, my friends, and a very warm welcome back to another episode of the Chef JKP podcast. Before we begin, can I just ask, have you ever, watched a film that you really loved, hundreds of times? For me, of course, it's Ratatouille. I've only watched it 293 times. And of course, can I just also say to the hospitality industry, it's close to a festive season, so mentally prepare for that time. As you know, it's going to be extremely busy, and we're all in it to win it, can I say. The other thing is, of course, to say is please support the show. And how do you support the show? Well, let me tell you. All you have to do is click that all-important subscribe button on YouTube, or click follow wherever you get your podcasts. This truly helps us to grow the show as much as possible and give you this incredible content that you all know and love. That's the only thing I'll ever ask of you. Just share away. Season 11 has been bursting with energy, and today's guest brings the sunshine. Today, we're diving into a story of coastal flavors, Latin vibrance, and a big personality. My guest is Chef Sergio Hernández Ruiz, the creative energy behind Tamoka. Sergio's cooking is about connection to the sea, the sun, and the community that he serves. His food radiates joy, flavor, and passion, and his approach to hospitality is as dynamic as it is heartfelt. This is a chef who knows exactly what he is doing and thrives in a kitchen environment. Listen out for a story about the top 3 cuisines that he loves to eat. Time to rock and roll.
Hello guys, my name is Sergio. I'm the Chef de Cuisine of Tamoka. If you like the podcast, make sure to follow, share, and subscribe.
Sergio, a very warm welcome to the show. Now, as is customary, can you tell me your first or favorite childhood food memory?
Well, one of my favorites is, I think it's having lunch with my family during the Sundays. Mom used to work. She used to have 2 jobs. So she worked from Monday to Friday. So she wasn't there most of the time. So Sundays were really, really special.
So tell me, when you say family, how many? Was it extended family? Was it just brothers and sisters? Tell me all about it.
No, it's been only 4. It's my mom, my 2 sisters, and me. That's it.
So what were the typical types of foods that were on the table? If I was to come over for Sunday lunch, Sunday dinner, tell me what was all over the table.
Yeah, it was really a comfort food, no? Mom, she's not a great chef, but she used to prepare a lot of things with love. So mostly Sundays, she used to prepare a few tacos for us. So it's really, really special for me, and I don't forget that moment.
And so just tell me, so what sort of things were on the tacos? Was it more vegetarian? Was it beef, chicken?
Well, technically it was anything affordable, right? So one Sunday can be chicken, another day is beef, another day, I don't know, quesadillas or something like that. But Mom tried to give the best all the time. So that's why that moment is really, really special.
So then when you were growing up, sort of being more of a teenager,
yeah,
What were the sort of foods or the traditional foods that you particularly like to eat? Did you have a sweet tooth? Was it more savory? Was it more kind of street food, or did you enjoy the sort of the school meals?
Well, I think I really love the street food. Street food was amazing. I think finish the school, you always will find a small truck selling like street food there. You can find some churros with salsa verde, cueritos is like a pork skin with a vinegar. So yeah, I think this food is really, really amazing. I miss it.
So in which part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Irapuato, Guanajuato. So it's just in the middle of the country.
And because I'm just thinking, I've never heard about churros and salsa verde. Normally, in this part of the world, the churros are, with dulce de leche, white chocolate sauce. Tell me about that churro, please, because that really intrigues me.
It's we call it churros or chicharrón. You make it's like dehydrated rice or flour. So then you just put it in the hot oil, and it will puff for sure. So we call it churros, but can be sweet, but can be savory too.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And tell me, because I want to go through these street foods, so I want to understand the different types, because it sounds very, very interesting.
Yeah, you can find the churro can have the different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
Can be flat, can be square, flat, can be like a small churros. So you can find it in one plastic bag, probably 20, 25 pieces. So the vendor will put sauce, will put cueritos, a bit salad. So it's really tasty. So as a Mexican, we can prepare a lot of things with the same base.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And what is that base?
The churro base. Technically, the churro base in different shapes, and then the toppings. Wow, thousands. You can choose dehydrated soya, then the cueritos again. Then we have something like we cook beef. We call it like beef tartara.
Mm-hmm.
So it's beef, we put it lemon juice, tomatoes, onions, coriander, jalapeno. So that's an extra topping too.
So then I want to understand, at which point, in your life, did you start to sort of understand that you had a passion for food, or you wanted to be in the kitchen?
Well, I believe this moment came just suddenly when I finished high school. I was really worried what I was planning to do with my life. Then one day, suddenly I was watching one TV show, Iron Chef, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So then something started showing.
Iron Chef Mexico or America? Or
No, America.
Okay.
Yeah, America. So then I remember I told my mom, like, I don't know how to cook. I don't know how to prepare anything. But I'm really interested in what these people are doing in TV. I don't want to be in the TV, but I want to do something fascinating like them. They've been like a heroes on the TV. It was great.
And how old were you when you were watching that program and then this realization hit you?
I was 15 or 16 years old.
So then what steps did you start to take to then step into a kitchen?
First, looking at school. Because of course my plan wasn't to start in any restaurant because I didn't know do anything. So I started looking schools, then checking the prices, because probably 15 years ago it wasn't that expensive, but the situation in the family wasn't really, really good. So I need to manage to get the help from my mom. And then we discussed, and then the dream started.
So which school did you end up going to?
I study in Universidad Tecnológica de Bahía de Banderas. It's a culinary school in the northeast of the country.
And how old were you when you got in? You were 16, 17?
I was 17. I left home at 17 to study culinary from 10 hours from home.
So it was your first time away from home?
Yeah.
And how did you find this culinary school?
Well, it was good. It was Like, it was amazing. I was doing whatever I saw in the TV, but to be honest, my skills weren't that great. So I need to improve myself a lot.
So take me through the first week. So number one, you had to leave your family, 17 years old for the first time, also not easy.
Yeah.
10 hours away, which is almost like another country
Yeah.
in some cases. Your first week in culinary school, how tough or easy was it?
No, of course, was horrible. I miss home. It was in a new place, so I tried to find myself very, very fast. But it was horrible, of course.
But horrible, just was it because you missed home, or you didn't have the skills, or a mix of everything?
It's a mix of everything. Yeah, everything was new. The city, the school, the new career. So yeah, it was quite shocking.
So when you were in the school, how much was practical and how much was theory?
It was 75% of the career was practical. Then the rest was theoretical.
And how long did you study at that school for?
5 years.
Total of 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's quite extensive. I mean, it's a serious study time. You could almost become a doctor.
Yeah, could be.
Right?
Yeah.
In that time. So in the first year, what were you learning?
Culinary basics, how to chop, washing and disinfected, how to keep the stuff clean, organizing, but most of the basic skills in the kitchen.
But then I want to also know the professors or the lecturers there. How did they treat the students? Did they treat you like real chefs, or were they a bit more softer?
No, of course. Some of them, they treat us a bit softer, but there was another one like really, really strong hand. But it was nice. You can learn from both all the time.
And can I ask, at what point, during those 5 years, were you also working or stepping into professional kitchens?
I was working in some restaurants here and there.
Just to get some additional money?
Yeah, just additional money, try to improve myself too, because as a school, you cannot learn everything there, no? So you need to be in a restaurant and learn a bit of there. Then when I was probably 20th, I started in a professional kitchen.
Okay, but you were still studying?
Yeah, of course. I used to study in the mornings and going to work in the afternoon.
What time did you start to study?
7 to 1 o'clock.
And then work?
3 to 11.
And were you tired at any point, or did you just love it?
I love it, but in the night it was really, really tired because I need to make my homework. I need to get ready for school. And sometimes at the next day in the morning it was really difficult to be there. But yeah, it was amazing. It's something I will not change for sure.
So after those initial 5 years, I would say a very serious culinary education. Where did you go from there?
My first job was as a commis in one Mexican restaurant inside of one St. Regis in Punta Mita. Mm-hmm. So that was my first job as a professional.
And so again, St. Regis, very serious brand.
Yeah.
Very serious hotel, I can imagine. What type of clients did you have there? Was it a busy hotel?
Yeah, of course, it was a busy hotel, but the restaurant, it was not making that much cover. The restaurant was small. It was around for 65 covers per night. But the clientele was very tough. It was one of the best restaurants in the zone. So the people expect something really, really good.
And how big was the restaurant? I mean, what were they expecting? Was it because it had a name?
Yeah, of course. The name is Carolina. And the thematic of the restaurant, it was Mexican in that moment. And it's a small salon. And I don't know, it's a couple of tables. But the max afford, it was 60, 65 per night.
Okay. But still enough to keep you super duper busy.
Yeah, of course, because it was we used to have a set menu plus a la carte, and inside of the kitchen, of course, it wasn't many chefs. If I'm not wrong, it was one head chef plus another 6 chefs.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah, it was one head chef, probably 1 or 2 super chef de party, or in Mexico we call it supervisores, and then the rest are comi 1, 2, and 3, and I was one of them.
And how long did you stay as a comi for?
Many years. As a chef in Mexico, it's really hard to get another position. You need to wait to someone to, I don't know, if I want to become a comi 2, probably I need to wait to one comi 2 to leave so I can take that position. Otherwise, it's very difficult to grow up in Mexico.
But I was going to say, is it a common sort of career being a cook or a chef in Mexico?
I believe 15 years ago it wasn't like that, but now it's getting really serious being a chef or just even a cook in Mexico.
So it's competitive now.
It's now. I think now it's getting really competitive. There is plenty of new restaurants opening around all Mexico. So now it's probably 7 years to now. It becomes really serious now. There is a lot of chefs. They're doing great stuff, and probably they never been around the world. They just grow up there and they start doing something really nice.
So after your time in St. Regis, I mean, how long were you there for?
I stayed there around 5 years.
Wow. So within that 5 years, and did you transfer within different restaurants or did you just stay in one?
No, I moved to another restaurant. It was kind of like all-day dining, like that. But I always tried to stay in the dinner side, right? Because the vibe and the service was completely different than the rest of the other restaurants.
And which particular section did you like? Were you pastry, hot kitchen?
I always push myself to work everywhere because I want to, I don't know, if someone got sick or someone, I don't know, missed that day, I can be one of the person to cover it. And I never want to be behind. I always want to be part of it.
But what motivated you to sort of want to be like that and to push yourself? Because not easy. Again, you knew it was a long stint, long 5 years of being a student.
Yeah.
And then you did another 5 years at St. Regis. But I want to understand the motivation behind it.
Well, during the school days, I heard many times that I wasn't really good enough for this career. So I took that as a challenge and I pushed myself. And I'm trying to reach the goal and become better.
And is that from teachers or from students?
A bit of both. Yeah, I had a really honest teacher. The one he talked with me and he told me like, you are really good. I don't know, in the theoretical part, but in the practical you are not that really good. So probably you can start thinking to do something else. So I took that part and I make it like my challenge and try to get the goal to become better.
But initially, when that teacher, that lecturer said those things to you, was it painful to hear or did you respect it?
Oh, of course, I respect it, but at the same time, it hurts, no? To hear like someone is telling you like you are not good enough for this is quite challenging. But it become better days, no?
No, of course, but I also want to understand when the switch went in your head to sort of say, you know what, I'm going to show you. I mean, was it there and then, or did you have time to let things sink in, analyze a little bit?
No, of course, I had time to analyze a bit the stuff, but that switch changed. I don't want to hear it again, so I start to improve myself everywhere. That's why I don't know, probably in my day off, I used to meet with another friends. They used to be chefs to learn more skills out of the work and out of the school too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be better.
So then you did your 5 years in St. Regis.
Yeah.
Which position did you manage to reach at the end of 5 years?
I could reach chef de partie there.
Okay. So supervisor level, which again is very difficult to reach to, but you did it.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Then, I don't know, I tried to, look a new place to work. Then suddenly Dubai appeared there in one internet website. And I applied for one job here. And they
Did you know anything about, Dubai at that time? Because, Mexico is far, far, far away.
Yeah, it is.
So then how much research did you do before you came here?
Months.
You did months of research?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I was trying to learn about the country, how far it is. And I don't know, everything was new. It's like starting again. But yeah, it took me months to prepare myself to make all this trip to here.
And so I imagine the interview process, how was that? Was it, obviously it was online?
Yeah, of course, it was online.
Right.
Yeah.
So once they said, Sergio, you have the job, that was amazing.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
But then the preparation to leave your family again and friends and country for the first time.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Well, it was difficult because I don't know, when I was in Mexico, I don't know, probably every 2 months, if I have time, I can travel back home to visit my family.
Easily, right?
Of course. It's just, I don't know, half day and I can be there. But this time will be different. If it was a 23 hours journey. So yeah, I prepare myself. I recharge a lot. And then I took that plane to Dubai.
So what was your first job when you landed in Dubai?
I was chef de partie in the Dubai the Palm. I was there for 3 years, if I'm not wrong. But it was a good experience too.
And so what year did you land here?
I land here in December of 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
So it was a almost pre-opening phase
Yeah.
of W the Palm.
Yeah.
Right. And which restaurant were you at?
I used to work in the Latin American restaurant, the one in the rooftop. Small, big restaurant. The vibe was good because it was a Latin American vibe, Latin American food. But it was a great place.
And I want to understand how much of a culture shock. I mean, it's one thing doing research online.
Yeah.
And it's another thing practically, living it, right?
Yeah.
So I want to understand from your point of view, how were you in shock? Did you love it? How was the whole thing for you? Because it's very different, Mexico to Dubai.
Yeah, it is. But it was amazing for sure. I think like everyone who's coming here for first time, you got scared, no? It's a new country. The people are talking another language. And everything is a bit different. But it's shocking, but at the same moment, it's really exciting, no? Like you will meet new people. You will learn about a new culture because all this side of the world it was completely new for me. So yeah, it was a huge change.
And the venue that you were at, was it a daytime venue or more of an evening venue?
A bit of both. We used to open at 4, so we used to serve a bit like a late lunch plus dinner.
Okay. And what was the vibe of the place?
It was good. It was full of Latin American people. So I used to, I don't know, I think...
so you felt at home?
yeah, I was feeling at home. Plus, I have a great people to work there, so I learned too, and I don't know. Some days I miss the place.
No, of course, but I also want to understand how that sort of set you up for the future. Because did you stay at that venue for a total of 3 years, or did you stay within the hotel and then move around?
No, I stayed in the venue for 3 years, but same like in Mexico, I was trying to be part of other restaurants. So when I had the chance to, I don't know, to support Akira Bak or Torno Subito or something, I was always looking the opportunity just to learn something else. I don't want to get stuck in the same place.
And how would you go about doing that? So, for example, was it on your day off, or was it when they were asking for additional help?
It was a bit of everything. It was additional help, going early, then doing my shift, going in my day off. So yeah, it was every time available. I was looking for doing something.
So you were very driven, and still very driven to keep perfecting your skills.
Yeah, for sure. No one is perfect at the end of the day, and there's a lot of skills, a lot of things you can learn from the rest of the chefs there. There is plenty chefs here from another culture, another city, another part of the world. Everyone has something really, really important to share.
Can you tell me, in Mexico, when you were a chef de partie, the first time you became a chef de partie, how was your management style in Mexico?
In Mexico, I always try to keep everything in order. For sure, keep the employees the most closest to me to see what they are doing, checking basic things. Try to keep everything organized, and for sure keeping the people motivated. Doesn't matter if I was a chef de partie or I was a commis one. All the people need to be motivated all the time. Otherwise, the people get tired and they leave. So I think I had one of the best chefs in that moment. So they teach me compromise, to be organized, and he teach me how to share this with the people below me.
But I wanted to ask, because you'd watched these American programs, Iron Chef, and at times it can be perceived as, aggressive and things like this. How are the kitchens run in Mexico when you were there?
Yeah, they are running with a lot of attitude.
Okay.
Most of the chefs, they have that attitude. They want to become great, for sure. So no one was soft at the moment. They were pushing every time to show themselves. And I believe these things are still happening everywhere, no? You cannot show weakness in this kind of job.
And did you have to become like that to become a chef de partie?
Of course.
Because that's what I'm asking you in terms of leadership.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to change going from, commis 2 or commis 1 to then all of a sudden the next day you're a chef de partie, and then you have to become a supervisor and, a bit aggressive at times?
Of course, it's very difficult to change from one day to another, because now you need to start improving. You need to start showing this leadership to the people. So yeah, it's quite a big change.
And did any of the senior chefs in Mexico above you, did they guide you when it came to sort of being a good leader, or they just let you get on with it and throw you in the deep end?
No, never. I always had good people working with me, so they never leave me alone. They were working with me, just next to me, and teach me how I need to do the stuff.
So then, if you compare yourself as a chef de partie in Dubai and with many different nationalities, back of house, front of house, and a hotel,
Yeah.
how was your management style then? Because I'm sure it had to change.
Yeah, of course. It's not the same being in charge of, 5 chefs in Mexico. Like I have in charge 20 chefs. So of course everything need to change. There is it's like a small change. You need to share everything.
Mm-hmm.
So the people who's below, he will absorb that one and he will share to the next person or to the next level.
So the year is 2021.
Yeah.
You're headhunted or you go to another restaurant, Tamoka.
Yeah.
Tell me all about how you got that job first.
I just heard about it was a new restaurant opening, Tamoka for sure. And I started looking who was in charge of the hiring. And then I contact the one is my executive chef today. And thanks God I got an opportunity.
So you contacted him directly.
Yeah.
And did you have to do a trial or anything like that? Like a
Yeah, for
cooking trial?
sure. I got an interview. I have a trial. Yeah.
And so how did it go? So you were there for pre-opening?
Yeah, I was part of the pre-opening team.
So who was the head chef at the time?
Chef Cesar Bartolini.
Okay. So and how closely did you all work together to get that sort of concept ready before opening?
Wow, we work a lot to set all the stuff for the launching of the restaurant for sure. But I don't know. I believe we did a great match, and his ideas and some of the ideas I could share in that moment, they worked great for the restaurant.
So I want to understand, for anybody who's never been to Tamoka, ever,
Yeah.
walk me through, let's say you were a host or hostess. I want to understand the full concept.
The full concept. So it's a Latin American restaurant. It's not because I'm working there, but it's a beautiful restaurant. Since you cross the door from the Ritz-Carlton, so you walk straight to the beach, then you will find Tamoka. They will open the doors. The first thing you will find, it's a huge hostess desk. On top you will find the name of Tamoka. In front of that, you can find some of the awards we just got. And if you keep walking through the restaurant, the second most important thing you can see is our ceviche bar. Then you can see the open kitchen and our grills, and for sure the beautiful view we have. The restaurant is al fresco, so it's open most of the time, so you can see the sunset, the beach, the camels walking through the beach. So it's amazing.
And how many seats does that restaurant hold?
If I'm not wrong, it's 155 seating.
It's quite a large venue.
Just in the restaurant, plus we have the beach side.
So total, how many? If you include the beach side, still 155 or a bit more?
No, you have a bit more. Depends if the people can squeeze. Probably we can get a bit more. Probably we can say 200.
Okay, and lunch or dinner?
Both.
So during the main season of Dubai, when it's not too hot?
No, when it's not too hot, we have lunch and dinner. But at the moment, because of the weather, during the day is quite hot. We decide to close the restaurant just for lunch during Monday to Thursday.
Okay. So then tell me about the ambience as a guest. And I'm not talking about the food because we'll get to the food, but I want to understand also when you're sitting there, what is the guest sort of meant to feel? Is it, Latin American vibes? Is it dark and cozy?
Yeah, of course. In the night it's a bit dark and cozy, but you feel like home. It's a really homey place. Even if you see during the day or during the night, the ambience of the restaurant, our front of the house, they're super, super nice, and they will make you at home for sure. You will feel, I don't know, like cozy. They will try to help you to understand any doubts. Plus, I don't know, there is something that is inside of each front of the house guys that they make you feel comfortable all the time.
And I want to understand then, if we just talk about the main opening before I talk about the food. So if we talk about opening week, how was that? Because back then I remember there was a huge media buzz around the restaurant, gorgeous location. Of course, they were talking about the chef and the concept. So how did it go?
It was an extensive week, working too much. We were working under pressure for sure because we were a new concept, a new restaurant. So of course, we tried to give our best to shine, to make it great, and it works. It was a hell of a week, but I think all the team, for sure, Chef Cesar, we were really, really focused to make it shine that pre-opening time.
And so your position then was junior sous, right?
Yeah, I was junior sous chef.
So again, when it comes to the management, I want to understand how you were guiding the more junior chefs who were perhaps thinking this was a bit extreme, very challenging because of the hours, and also how perhaps maybe it could be difficult for them to handle the pressure. So how were you coaching them?
Well, at that moment, we only need to be honest. It was a pre-opening time. For sure, we need to push ourselves as much as we can. And we at that moment, Chef Cesar bring a really, really, really good leadership to us. It was him. There was a sous chef. It was me as a junior sous chef, and the rest of the chefs. So everyone was in the same page. Everyone was motivated. Everyone was trying to do the best, and no one got scared about the timings, about the hours. The guys did the best, just to make it really, really nice.
And when you look back now, what were the sort of biggest lessons that you took away from Chef Cesar?
Well, I think everything he teach me is something I will keep it for sure. I can use it at work and even in my personal life. There is not something specific I will choose. I think anything he shared with me, it's been a huge lesson for me.
He was a great mentor.
Yeah, for sure.
So then when we get to the food, I want to understand the development of the menu before you opened.
Yeah.
How was that rolled out? Was it all through Chef Cesar, or were you guys able to sort of talk together as a team as to what worked and what didn't work?
No, at that moment, the menu was already built. So we just bring some ideas just to find touches here and there. We tried the dishes 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then at the end of the day, we decided if they were enough or perfect for the lunch of the restaurant. But of course, Chef Cesar try and he gave us a chance to put something, our own touch in the new dishes.
So then if we get to the food.
Yeah.
So first of all, you mentioned the raw bar, right? The ceviche bar.
Yeah,
right?
ceviche bar.
So tell me about the ceviches first of all.
Wow. Well, the ceviches, wow. I really love to talk about ceviches because it's something I used to eat before, in Mexico. So it's really, it's passion there. So, in that moment we have, if I'm not wrong, around 6 or 7 ceviches in the menu. And then we start getting more ideas, creating more ceviches. And then we start putting as specials of the day. So to see
A special ceviche of the day?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, special ceviche of the day. So just to try to improve a bit and don't stop only with the ceviches we have in the menu. So just to keep creating, and it was super super nice.
How many chefs were on that ceviche bar?
At that moment, it was 3 chefs. It was, of course, one morning shift, one middle, and one evening shift.
And which one of those chefs got smashed the most during service?
I believe 3 of them.
Ah, really?
Yeah, it's one of the sections like is moving a lot, so they need to be prepared all the time with the mise en place.
And tell me about the mise en place, because I want to know the exact types of fish or shellfish that you were using.
Yeah, we used. We have sea bass, sea bream, red snapper, parrotfish, plus of course shrimps, octopus, scallops, stone bass. So yeah, it was the selection was quite big.
And it's a big selection, but also I want to ask, which one from that selection was the most popular?
The most popular, I think, the salmon ceviche. In
Oh,
that
really?
moment. Yeah.
Salmon.
Yeah, the people really, really like salmon. And I think we did a great balance with the ceviches. So they were like really, really fresh, salty, acid. So they have all these complements to make it really, really nice.
Yeah, because I want to ask you, I mean, everybody, I'm sure you know and you're aware, everybody's talking about Peruvian ceviches and things like this. But in that restaurant, what were the sort of typical ingredients that you had, and what were some of the ingredients that perhaps may have stood out or became a little bit different or became a signature?
So of course we try to get most of the ingredients possible. We have chilies from Mexico. We have ajís from Peru too. We try to reach vegetables or even fruits from South America just to complete our dishes. So as Tamoka, the restaurant, most of the ceviches are not like a classic Peruvian ceviche or like a traditional Mexican ceviche. So we try to take a bit of all these ingredients and create a new ceviche just to make it special.
And was that difficult or easy?
Sometimes it's difficult because you cannot match all the flavors. So you need to start removing or adding. But at the end of the day, the ceviches were great. And then they are now. It's not because I make it, but I'm really happy with the ceviches I have in my menu now.
And then, so if we move away from the ceviche bar, then you said there was the grill.
Yeah, we have a grill.
And the open kitchen, right? So what were the types of things that you would be seeing on the menu specifically from the grill?
From the grill, so we have baby chicken. We have Wagyu. We have a Wagyu beef, tenderloin, ribeye, and sirloin. Then we have of course a grilled sea bass. We have zarandeado sea bream, so it's a Mexican prep that I learned when I was living there, and now it's running there in the menu.
So then if we sort of talk about, I have to ask, desserts for the people who are wanting to understand. Were they traditional sort of South American desserts, or did they have a twist?
Yeah, of course they have a twist. There is a rum cake. We try to keep the rum as a Latin American. So we create a rum cake with burnt banana puree and syrup. So it's super, super nice. Plus there is one dessert. We call it a buñuelo. In Mexico, we have like buñuelos. It's like a churro dough, but this is crunchy. It's not soft like the churro. And it's become, he looks like a star, okay? So we make a diplomatic passion fruit cream, a peach puree, and we make some candied plums with cherry vinegar, uh, fresh vanilla, and then we compress. So we add it to the dish. We add our buñuelo. We use a lucuma ice cream. That is a Peruvian fruit, and then we add Sancho pepper, used to give another kick in the mouth.
Sounds tasty.
Yeah,
I'm already like thinking about it quite a lot. So now, if we move to now, you've been in the restaurant since 2021.
Yeah.
You're now the chef de cuisine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Not an easy task. But when it comes to sort of the evolution of the concept and the food, what are the types of things that you are starting to add and place on the menu? What type of experiences, considering that you've been there for some time?
Yeah.
And you've seen the restaurant grow. What are the things that you want to do on the menu?
Wow. I really love about colors, so I'm always trying. Like, most of the dishes are really, really colorful. I really love mixed colors, and at the same time, I really love hide product. So when I'm making a dish or something, or I'm plating, I try to put the main ingredient on the bottom, and then start cover it, and then put something on top. So that will, at the moment when you receive it on the table, you will be like, oh, what is this? But then when you, I don't know, for example, when you crack the churro, when you crack the buñuelo, you don't expect nothing underneath. But then when it cracks, you find a cream, you have plums, you get a peach puree. So it's when you combine all these one, it's just great.
But tell me, I want to know, Sergio, in details, what are the new types of dishes? And I understand that you're also, working with the in-house vertical farm.
Yeah.
So I want to understand, your take, what you want to do, and how to really push things forward. The reason I'm asking is because, Dubai is a very competitive city when it comes to the dining and gastronomic landscape. Not only that, in the region, Dubai is seen as the culinary capital.
Yeah.
So you're playing in a very top league, right?
Yeah.
So what are the types of things that you are going to do?
Well, one of the things I'm doing now is getting new products, looking for new suppliers. For sure, new products. That's the main thing for me. Something a bit different that you cannot find probably in another restaurant, and there mix and match with the Latin American ingredients. In the new plans, the ones I have for the new menu, is coming en cacahuatado. It's like a peanut mole. So we try to cook it with cauliflower, mixing like this adobo with the cauliflower and the peanut mole, just to bring a little bit of these home flavors for me. The one I used to taste when I used to be in Mexico, but using at the same time different ingredients. So instead of making my adobo with Mexican chilies, let's use ajís from Peru. So to combine and changing a bit.
Because I think the other one that most people don't seem to realize is the food culture and heritage of Mexican cuisine is huge.
Yeah, of course, it's huge. Wherever you go, you will find the same dish, probably prepared in different ways. And wherever you go, you will find a lot of things. If you go into the north, you will find the most and fresh seafood. Then if you go into the middle of the country, near to Mexico City, you will find the best vegetables, because they grow up different because of the place where they are growing. But if you go into the south, you will find another type of fish, another type of to prepare the food. So it's huge. It's massive what is happening in Mexico about it.
And do you think that's something that, it must make you quite proud in a way that, you've got that amazing heritage and background and that you're able to bring a piece of home, to the Middle East and share that with people?
Yeah, of course. It's I think it's something I will be 100% proud of all the time. Even when I'm in the kitchen and I'm talking with my chefs about I don't know, let's say with la coche in Mexico, you explain them what it is and they surprised. They say like, I never heard about it. But how you can prepare it? Okay, we can do this, that. Probably you can mix it, and it's really, really good to share this knowledge with them or with the people in general.
But also, I want to ask you, for the local clientele that you have here, for the Emiratis, how have they found your food? Because it's some of it is raw, some of it is spicy, some of it is chili. It's obviously very zesty, and then with your food and your plates, there's surprises along the way. So, what's been the feedback?
Thanks God, the feedback is really, really good. But of course, sometimes it's very difficult to make happy everyone. But of course, any dish, the one we have a la carte, and they want to try it in another way, probably one steak more well cooked, or probably one ceviche with cooked fish. I don't mind to make it, but of course, all the idea of the dish will change. But we have a good feedback from the locals.
And with the hotel itself, how supportive are they of you to change and develop and really push the concept?
No, there is a lot of people behind the concept, and of course they are pushing to me and the restaurant to make it great. Working with my executive chef, Chef Tobias, he and Chef Cesar, because he's still working there, they put their hands on deck for anything we need to make it better.
But then also, you are now a senior leader, right? You've seen the talent that comes through the UAE from a culinary perspective. Now, one thing which is particularly difficult is staff retention, keeping talented chefs, because again, there's so much competition. So how do you do that? How do you keep the younger members of the team, particularly in the kitchen, motivated to stay with you?
Well, one of the things is always be honest with them about what is happening in the restaurant, what are the plans in the future with me and the restaurant and with them. And for sure, make them feel important, because at the end of the day, whatever is happening in Tamoka or in any kitchen, the people who is behind us is the most important resource. And if the people is not happy, they will start leaving. So we need to start training new people, so that will affect us in some point. So we personally, I try to have chats with them all the time. Keep it motivated beyond a salary or beyond a money. I don't know, trying to going out for dinner. I don't know, make some activities. But I know it's difficult to keep the people working for a long time. But the chefs in Tamoka, they are super happy there.
And, considering that, you have this really phenomenal story when it comes to the food, from your point of view, how do you also transfer that passion to the front of house who are working in Tamoka?
Well, that one is when we have our food tasting with the front of the house. The first thing I try to make is they need to try the dish. Then we can start talking about it. They can start asking and they can start questioning me. Then the questions coming and they tell me, okay, why you use this and why this instead of this one, but the flavor is different. And I said, no, we use it like this because it can bring another kind of flavor. But why? Okay, probably my mom used to use it, so that's when I want to add it. And that bring an idea for them. So when they need to sell it or they need to present this dish, they touch that part. Like it's a remember of the chef, or chef loves to do this dish because of this one. And I always tell them, you guys need to sell the food because you love it, because you like it. If you will try to sell a dish and you don't love it or you don't like it, there's no sense. You will not transfer that passion to the guests, and they will not be surprised.
Because I think that's a very challenging thing to do as the chef. You know, you're putting all your heart and soul onto the plate, but ultimately it's that team who have to sell it and transfer that passion and really sell it to the guests, right?
Yeah.
So that's not an easy thing to do.
No, but our front of the house, they are really, really good guys. They always looking forward to put the same love when me and my chefs are cooking, to put the same love in the moment when they drop the plate on the table.
Mm-hmm. But then the other thing I wanted to ask you is, from all of the, let's say, South American restaurants that are here within Dubai, where do you see Tamoka? As in, you know, is it more Mexican? Is it more fine dining? Because there are so many variations of this cuisine, and South American cuisine is vast.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really vast. So, and because you've been here for some time, and I've personally seen a lot of South American chefs come a lot and sort of try to do their own thing. So where do you position the restaurant?
Where I will put it as a casual dining for sure, but no focus technically in Mexico, Peru, Brazil, or Argentina. I will locate it like a Latin American restaurant, because most of our preparations we are doing, it's from all South America. We just not concept in one place. So I think as a proper Latin American restaurant.
And how do you then, for you in yourself, you know, you said to me before when you were in Mexico that you were spending time with your friends, developing yourself.
Yeah.
Then when you went to the Palm, you were developing yourself on your days off, going to Akira Back, for example, or Torno Subito. Nowadays, how do you develop yourself and keep pushing forward?
Going out for dinner, looking what the rest of the chefs they are doing, even if it's nothing related to Latin American cuisine. Probably I go to, let's say, a Mediterranean restaurant, and they still serving fish, but probably it's not that marinated like I like it. But I can learn a new way to create a new dish, and of course, learning about new flavors. I think that's the best things that where you can learn. Plus, reading, learning. There is a lot of channels in internet where the great chefs are cooking, where the great chefs are doing new skills, preserve, fermentation. So everywhere is just looking around, and I'm trying to absorb something.
And then, you know, of course, you would have 100% noticed, you know, you mentioned before the restaurant has this wall of awards. But then we have the biggest awards in the world are right here. So you have the Michelin Guide, you have Go and Milo, 50 Best, Best Chef Awards. So for you, do you feel pressure in order to get more awards or to potentially, be within these specific guides?
Yeah, for sure. The pressure is always there. I believe not only me as a chef, but the rest of the chefs, they want always something else. No, they want more every time, and it's something I'm telling to my chefs. We need to keep dreaming there, and probably one day we will be there. Probably not in a 50 Best or a Michelin Guide, but still we can get some awards. It's just keep the dream there.
Well, no, I mean, the thing is, you never know, right, with the guides, because everything with the guides is predominantly the first most important thing they say is about the food.
Yeah.
And what's on the plate itself. So, as you quite rightly said, if you're focusing on that and you're developing everything and you've been there and you're already very well established in that, in that restaurant, then I'm sure these awards will come along.
Yeah, that will be great. Hopefully.
So then the other one is, what do you see in terms of the future of dining for the Middle East region?
Wow. I think I see it in another level. I think beyond fancy or something like that. This city is full of great chefs doing amazing things. Like wherever you look around, you have a great chef. And for sure in the next 5 years, will be more new chefs doing amazing things.
But I want to know, because I'm curious now. You said you love street food.
Yeah.
And you love to dine out.
Yeah.
So where are the sorts of places where you like to go and eat?
Well, I really like Indian restaurants. I think I believe it's closest to the Mexican cuisine. So I love Indian restaurants. There is Arabic restaurants too. I really like to try more often because it's a bit different from my kind of food. And Japanese restaurant. I love raw fish and good rice. Yeah.
I was talking to somebody on the podcast recently, and I said that I would love to see exactly what you just said, like a collab between two chefs doing Mexican and Indian cuisine. Wow. Because I think the marriage of the flavors is very electric.
Yeah.
So I can already visualize the different dishes and the spices and the zestiness of the spicing and the heat levels. Which chefs or restaurants would you, if you were to do a collaboration with a particular Indian restaurant, who would it be?
I would like to do with Chef Binet from India. I think the passion that he shows when he's cooking, I think it's just great. He's connecting beyond the words and the food. Is like that proper connection. And I think I will be more than happy to make a collab.
Yeah, Chef Binet is inspirational, and one of the first ever Indian chef to receive a Michelin star in the UK, and he's got some amazing restaurants around the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, he does talk extremely passionately about his craft. It's really fantastic.
Yeah.
So Sergio, we have now come to what we call the quick fire round of the show.
Okay.
The first question and the most hardest for all the chefs. What is your favorite ingredient?
Lemon.
Lemon. Because?
It's that sourness in the dishes is great, and at the moment when you combine with a chili, and salt, it's a bomb in the mouth.
Yeah, it is. And drinks also.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So then, would you prefer a taco or a shawarma?
Shawarma.
No, I don't believe it.
Shawarma.
With lemon, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, okay. Mole or guacamole?
Mole.
And the peanut one sounds really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to try that one. Tostadas or gorditas?
Gordita.
Why?
If you don't eat fast your tostada, it will get soggy, and then you need to start collecting everything from the dish.
Okay.
So a gordita, it will be, it's easy, it's hot, and then you can add sauce and everything.
Okay,
Gordita,
very nice.
like.
So look, you've already touched upon this, but I want to just sort of understand, as of right now, and we can repeat them, but as of right now, what would you say are your top 3 cuisines to eat?
Indian food.
So that's number 1?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Japanese and Mediterranean.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what, when you say Mediterranean, because there's 28 countries in the Mediterranean, which sort of more region? Is it more pasta or is it more fish?
More fish.
Okay. So like more Greek, Turkey, sort of grilled?
Yeah, Greek. I will go for the Greek one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So then, who would you say are your top 3 food heroes, but they don't necessarily need to be chefs?
Wow. Who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's difficult.
But they don't need to be chefs, huh?
They don't need to be chef. No, there is a lot of people. Well, I believe Enrique Olvera from Mexico. He's a great sign of the Mexican cuisine. So he can be one. Josh Niland.
Amazing chef.
I never been in any of his restaurants, but whatever he's doing is just unbelievable. It's like magic.
Yes.
And heroes, for sure, my mother.
100%. So then, throughout all of your time in the kitchen,
Yeah.
things happen, accidents, incidents, in the restaurant, out of the restaurant, in the kitchen. What would you say has been your funniest ever either kitchen incident or restaurant incident that you've seen or been involved in?
I don't know if it's the funniest, but I took once. It was back home. I took a tray with 25 glasses, and because I was trying to help someone, and
the glasses were full or empty?
no, it was empty, but they were brand new, right? So. One of the chefs dropped something in the floor. Meanwhile, I was walking. So, all that tray went to the floor, and me too.
Oh, my God.
So it was horrible. I was really scared. It was shame. But mistakes happen, no?
Yeah, of course. But also that's like, I think it's... Unfortunately, it's a normal accident in kitchens, when there's oil on the floor or whatever, busy, you're trying to walk through and, things happen all the time, right?
Yeah, but the thing, this was in the front of the house. So It was not oil. It was, I think, I don't know, someone dropped a bit of, it was a piece of fruit or something. So then everything fell down.
And busy restaurant?
No, it was, we were about to open, but it was like 20 minutes about to open. So after that, I lived there.
No more carrying glasses for you.
No.
Very good. Now, what advice would you give to any young chef that is coming into the industry?
all the way to get your dream will be really, really hard. So never stop dreaming. Always try to reach the goal, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, even if it's disappointing and sad. But make those feeling the strength to reach the goal. Because when you get the goal, or when you feel you are closer, that it's a great satisfaction. So that one.
And what advice would you give to 16-year-old, say, Sergio?
Keep pushing. Great stuff will come, and the life will surprise you.
Now, Sergio, if people wanted to get hold of you or message you through social media, how can they do that?
Yeah, they can do it through my Instagram, for sure. Yes, I think it's the best way to reaching me.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put all the links to your social media and the restaurant
for sure.
on all the show notes so that people can hit you up.
Yeah,
all right,
sure.
So
I'll be more than happy.
I'm sorry if there's too many DMs in the end. No, Sergio, I wanted to say on behalf of myself and the Chef JKP podcast, a massive thank you for taking the time to be here today. I know it's been such a full-on journey for you, all the way from Mexico right through to the Middle East to here. But what you're doing in Tamoka is really, really special. Taking the reins from Chef Caesar, passing them on to you, I think is also something incredibly special. And I know that with the new menu coming up, with all those beautiful changes and surprises that people are going to have, 100% I'm sure that awards and way more things will come. Thank you very much for coming on to the show.
No, thank you so much for inviting me. Really, I'm super happy to be here, and I really enjoy this one. Thank you so much.
What an utter gentleman. Sergio, thank you for bringing your energy and your passion and the sunshine to the show. What an incredible journey you've shared with us today. If you want to see more of what Chef Sergio is doing, as always, please head over to the show notes where you will find all of the details. The other one is, to everyone listening, if this episode made you stop and think or inspired you in some way, please don't forget to follow, share, and subscribe to the show. And perhaps, someone who would benefit from this conversation or would find it interesting or informative. It means everything to me. I keep banging on about it, but the more you share the show, the more I can keep giving you phenomenal guests. And the other way that you can support the show is by, of course, picking up these beautiful thermos flasks, which are pretty cool. And I think I'm going to make these mandatory across culinary schools, high schools, colleges, because they're just pretty awesome. So if you want to get to those, head over to the show notes and you'll find the links there to where you can purchase them. And you've stayed right till the end. Thank you so much. So the only thing that's left to say is Chef JKP signing out. Till next time, food is memories.